Let's look at the prevalence of the wicked. Let's go to Micah chapter 7. We want 1 through 6. So we're going to jump around. Woe is me, for I am as when they gathered the summer fruits, as the grapelings of the vantage. There is no cluster to eat. My soul desires the first ripe fruit. Let's go to Isaiah, and we want chapter 17. Isaiah 17 and 6. All right. Yet gleaning grapes shall be left in it, as the shaking of an olive tree, 2 or 3 berries on the top of the uttermost out, 4 or 5 in the utmost first fruit berries thereof, saith the Lord God of Israel. We are talking about the Christian people. Let's go to Isaiah 28. And we want verse 4. And the glorious beauty which is on the head of the fat valley shall be finding flower, and as the hasty fruit before the summer, which when he that looked upon it seeth, while it is yet in his hand, he eateth it up. Okay, if y'all are understanding what I'm saying, there's not going to be very many Christians here, and they're going to be eaten up just as soon as they're found. Let's go to Hosea. We want chapter 9, and we want verse 10. I found Israel like grapes in the wilderness. I saw your fathers as the first stripe of the fig tree at her first time. But they went to Baal-peor and separated themselves unto that shame, and their abominations were according as they loved. There was a few people that took off and said, I don't want nothing to do with you, God. Let's look at Malachi 7 and 2 now. The good man is perished out of the earth, and there is none upright among men. They all lie in wait for blood. They hunt every man his brother with a net. Think about the internet. Now, where are they? How are they gathering the people up? How are they separating people? They're separating them by the internet. Instead of having the little yellow dot on your mailbox like they used to, they have the internet to do it now. Think about that. So let's go to Psalms. We want Psalms chapter 12, and we want verse 1. Help, Lord. That's what every Christian needs to be doing now. Hollering, help me, Lord. For the godly men ceaseth, for the faithful fell from among the children of men. Well, all the goodly people are changing. There is hardly any godly people out there anymore. They're falling away like crazy. I mean, I just put recently on a video that says, I'm tired of the Illuminati. Everybody's giving praise to the Illuminati and not God. And then when you read out of God's Word, you're saying, hey, people, this is what God is saying. And this is what we need to go by. Let's go to Isaiah. And we want 57. And we want verse 1. 57 and 1. The righteous perished, and no man layeth it to heart. Nobody is even looking at why all the Christian people are disappearing off the earth. And merciful men are taken away. None consider that the righteous is taken away from the evils to come. God has taken his people out so that God can put his wrath upon this earth. Let's go to, let's see, H-A-B, Habakkuk. Habakkuk, and we want 1 and 15. They take all of them with the angel. They catch them in their net and gather them in their drag. Therefore they rejoice and are glad. Do you get that? Do you get that? That we rejoice. When we die, we are going to rejoice. I'll be so glad to rejoice and get out of this earth. But God will take me out of here. He is not going to let nobody hurt me unless God says so. Go back to Micah 7 and 3. That they may do evil with both hands earnestly. The prince asked, and the judges asked for a reward. And the great man, he uttereth his mysterious desire. So they wrap it up. All right, let's go to Hosea. Hosea, we want 4 and 18. Their drunk is sour. The drink is sour. They have committed whoredom continually. Her rulers with shame do love give ye. So, whatever they get, their drink is sour. What they want to give is and their whoredom is just all over the place. And think about it. What's going on now? You can't watch TV without watching a bunch of sex. You can't watch the internet anymore without a bunch of sex. It's crazy. It's stupid. It's Sodom and Gomorrah all over again. Let's go to Isaiah. We want chapter 1. Well, am I going to get my fingers there? Chapter 1, Isaiah chapter 1, and we want verse 23. Okay. Verse 1, go up to 22. Thy silver is become dross, thy wine mixed with water. Everything is watered down. Thy princes are rebellious, and companions of thieves. They're all a bunch of thieves anymore. They look at the way the White House is. There's this thing that I've seen where this guy got invited to go to the White House, and they had to give the White House, probably Obama, a sum of money just to go have lunch with him or supper. It's stupid. It's greed. Let's go on. Everyone loveth gifts and followeth after rewards. That's the way everything is going now. Thy judge not the fatherless, neither doeth they the cause of the widow come unto them. They don't care about what happens to the people out here. There's too many people out here that needs help, but they'd rather go to space. They'd rather have their, oh, I've got to be good. I've got to look like this. I've got to do this. It's stupid. It's really, really stupid. When people need to wake up and really see what America is really all about. They won't like it at all. Okay, let's go back to Micah, and we want chapter 3 this time. And we want verse 11. The heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof dive for money. Yet will they lean upon the Lord, and say, Is not the Lord among us? None evil can come upon us. They are taking and using God. Even though God ain't even with them, they're still going to be using God. I don't see it. He's going to say, Depart from me. I know you not. Let's go back to Malachi 7 and 4. The beast of them is as a briar. The most upright is sharper than a thorn head. The day of the watchman and thy visitation cometh. Not now shall be their perplexity. Okay, let's go to 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel. Okay, there's 1 Samuel. We want 2 Samuel. And we want 23. And we want 6 and 7. But the sons of Belial shall be all of them as thorns burst away, because they cannot be taken with hand. But the man that shall touch them must be fenced with iron and the staff of the spear, and they shall be utterly burned with fire in the same place. What's the fire? Hell. What God has got going on here. God is going to put everything, burn everything. God will burn everything. Let's go to Ezekiel. And we want chapter 2 and verse 6. And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words, though briars and thorns be with thee. Thou doest well among scorpions. Be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. A house. This is the White House. They are rebellious in the White House. Don't be afraid of them. If you have to go to court, you stand up and you defend God. You defend your right to worship God the way you see fit, not the way they see fit. Let's go to Isaiah. No. I have lost Isaiah. Okay. Isaiah 55. I was going the wrong way. Don't you go the wrong way now. Go to 55, Isaiah 55 and 1:13. Alright? Instead of the thorns shall come up the fir tree, and instead of the briar shall come up the myrtle tree, and it shall be to the Lord for a name, for an everlasting sign that shall be cut off. He is going to cut all of them off. And that's going to be great. Let's go back to Micah chapter 7 and we want verse 5. Trust ye not in a friend. Put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. Let's go to Jeremiah. Okay, let's get this right here. Jeremiah, Isaiah. There's Jeremiah, and we want 9, chapter 9, and we want verse 4. Take ye heed, every one his neighbor, and trust you not in any brother. For every brother shall utterly splint, and every neighbor will walk with slander. If you look at nowadays, everything, they have their nose in everything. You know the thing that if you see something call, you have people out there that's telling on their neighbors for watering the lawn or washing their car in the driveway. What's wrong with that? God gave you water. It's these people that took it over, and they're taking what's God and making you pay for what is God's. Let's go back to Micah chapter 7 and verse 6. For the son dishonored his father, the daughter raised up against her mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own house. Okay? Look at it this way. You are in trouble. If you don't live by yourself, you are in trouble. Because everybody is against everybody. Look at it now. That's the way it is. Let's go to Ezekiel, and we want 22 and verse 7. In thee have they set light by father and mother. In the midst of thee have they dealt by oppression with the stranger. In thee have they vexed the fatherless and the widow. Let's go to Matthew, and we want chapter 10, and we want 21. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child. And the child shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. Y'all, I think it's getting there now. Let's skip on down in the same chapter, 10, and we want 35 and 36. For I am come to set a man at vengeance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foe shall they as his own household. It's the own household that's what is going to have all this come about. So you cannot trust nobody around you. Let's go to Luke 12. And we want 53. Alrighty. The father shall be delivered against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother, the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. See, the Old Testament is our schoolmaster, and the New Testament is revealed. So let's go on and let's look at 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy chapter 3. That was Titus. I'm not Titus. 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 2. And work on our way down. For men shall be lovers of their own self, converse, boasters, proud, blaspheme, disobedience to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, transferers, false accusers, inconsiderate, fierce, despisers of those that are good, tellers, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. For such turn away. So turn away from the people that it's going to be hard to be a Christian. We're going to end up dying. Are you ready? I hope so. Remember, keep God on your mind, Jesus in your heart, and praise on your lips.